To live and work in God's kingdom on earth, it's going to be a bit of a battle. One, because we have an enemy, and two, because we're trying to buck the spirit of the world and the unruliness of the flesh. You can't just go with the flow in life. You have to fight. So the first thing you do is you realize that it's supposed to be a fight, and you make that mental shift. There's a way in which lifetime is wartime for those of us who want to follow God's order of things. And then after you make that shift, you do the things that win the spiritual fights. And I think there are basically two kinds of things every believer should do at all times. You should do things that make you spiritually strong, like an athlete working out in a gym. And then when the time comes, you should resist worldly ways in favor of godly ways. So what do you do to become spiritually strong? There are lots of potential answers, but here are a couple obvious ones. You pray and you worship regularly. And that sounds simple, but it's not simple. Not in this world where every spiritual thing we do faces some sort of resistance. Resistance from within us or from the world around us. And what do you do to resist worldly ways in favor of godly ways? I think it's helpful to identify what you might call opposing spirits. When confronted with fear, we move in faith instead. When we get that overwhelming sense of disqualification in life, we choose to move in grace instead. Instead of giving into bitter anger, we exercise thankfulness. Instead of feeling unimportant, we embrace godly purpose, and so on. Jesus says the truth will set you free, but you don't just believe the truth. You have to exercise the truth, and that's the fight. In the big spiritual battle of life, you have to be proactive. You have to have a plan, because just going with the flow will ruin you. So let's think about putting a plan together.